What's going on, guys? Ireland here, and I'm bringing you a commentary today to talk about Battlefield 1, my kind of like little thoughts and or review multiplayer. I don't know what to say about this game. Like what the title should be, like, review, first impressions. I don't know. 20 hours. I don't know. 20 hours is enough to make a full review on. Plus, I haven't even played the single player yet. But what I will talk about today is how I like this game. I played Battlefield 4 on PC and in console, and I like that game a lot. But I never really played it enough to just get a full vibe feel for it. I probably got to like rank 20. That's it. As far as I've gotten to like Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 1 was released I think last week for early access players. Battlefield 1, on the other hand, has actually got me hooked. I'm playing it a lot more than I would have Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, and even Bad Company 2, which was actually my favorite out of in the franchise, even though some people believe that Bad Company 2 isn't the best. I am talking today about Battlefield 1, of course, hence the video title, and I feel like the game has done a lot to improve. They brought back a lot of destruction elements from Battlefield Bad Company 2, and left the other ones from Battlefield 4 and 3 back behind, which I liked because you actually can like destroy whole houses and stuff, and like just make the houses collapse so people can't camp in them anymore. Like literally, if you look at the map from the start, it's actually not going to be the same map after the fact. I like that a lot. The classes are kind of well balanced together. You have your support, your assault, your medic, and your scout, sniper. All together, it makes a great balance. That the support is the one who drops the ammo, the medic drops the health. The assault is basically the solo guy who goes in and kills stuff, but also can destroy tanks to help the team, so no one has to do it otherwise. So you have like the assault has the grenades, the rocket launcher thing that they mount on the ground and they shoot at it, and the scout is like kind of like the class that stays back and can spot people for you. The game is really well done. The maps are incredibly big and actually massive. They're actually really well done as well. I like the maps. The desert map is cool. I actually never thought I'd like a desert map, but I do. The one in Britain is pretty fun. The ones in the hills of, I think it's not, I don't know if it's Italy. I don't know. It's somewhere in these hills of France, Italy, somewhere on the western front. Who knows? But all I know is that it's actually pretty fun to play on these maps. And like I said before, the maps don't stay the same at all. They don't. They go from all the buildings being intact to all the buildings being destroyed by the end. And it actually feels like it adds that dynamic of gameplay. Plus the dynamic weather is fucking awesome. That's another thing you can add to the maps as well, is that certain maps actually have a different dynamic to them. And the gameplay I'm showing you now, I think there's actually midway through the round, fog starts to appear in the map for like a brief moment, not too long, but just long enough to know that like the game is evolving and changing, which is amazing. In Suez and I don't know if I said that right, Suez and the other desert maps, a sandstorm can start to happen, and that's awesome because you can't see majority of things in front of you, which is very, very like hard to see people, and you can barely spot people. Which is if you press the Q by default, if you press the Q key, you can spot people, and you can see them running with a little red indicator above their head, and it's basically like it helps you spot them. And some maps, the dynamic weather changes that. In the rainforest map, I like to call it the forest map, rain starts to happen, and your gun looks muddy, and it looks like it's like in wear and stuff, and that looks awesome. It just increases the authenticity of the game, and the overall production value is insane in this game. I actually am astounded like they put this much into a multiplayer, plus having 32v32 in one server at the same time. The comeback mechanics. Oh, sorry, my bad. The comeback mechanics in the game are the train, the blimp, and I think that's it. The train, the blimp. Oh yeah, and the behemoth. That's the behemoth. The blimp is the behemoth. The submarine is I don't know. It's the submarine though. It goes outside the water of the map and it shoots like. It does support for the players trying to capture the objective. So basically, if you're getting destroyed like 700 to 300 tickets on Conquest, a random blimp will appear into the map, or a random like a big ass ship or a big ass blimp in the air, or a train will come through in the middle of the map, and it will make the difference in between the match if your team knows how to utilize it, or if they don't and it gets destroyed, well, you're shit out of luck, right? This game offers a lot new things to the Battlefield. As the classes are kind of different from Battlefield 4, not really. Support has the LMGs. The medic has, well, actually no, the medic in Battlefield 4 actually had assault rifles, and this one's just like semi-autos, and the SMGs for the assault. ESL is kind of like the new engineer in some ways. Let's see. What other things can I talk about? This is gonna be a multiplayer review. This is not single player. Like I said before, I haven't touched a single player yet, but that'll be a separate video. The vehicles are actually great. The horses are pretty fucking annoying, but you know, they have to make the horses a little bit, you know, bullet spongy. If they don't, they're kind of useless, and no one would probably want to ride one anyway. So I think this is in the conclusion that this game is actually really great, and it's in contender for shooter of the year right beside Overwatch. Overwatch is an incredible shooter as well, team-based, skill-based, class-based, and it's basically, you know, you work as a team together to acquire an objective, and this game is very, very amazing. People are, if you're on the fence about buying this game, I would buy it definitely. It's a great game, great shooter, has a lot to offer, and it is relatively. They're coming out with expansions stuff. I can tell it's an EA game, and they're gonna do that. But I feel like this is the greatest shooter of this year, citing Overwatch. And thank you for watching this commentary, guys. Until next time.